So let's talk about the monthly schedule first. This is important. Most people miss this. You're actually the first person I've actually told this outside of my own referral team.
Okay.
So you have your event. Everything is driven by the event schedule in terms of your AB monthly meeting schedule.
Okay, I'm not sure what you mean by that. You mean everything actually gears toward that event, then the event's over, then you do it again. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
And it's a system that goes the same week, every single month,
Okay.
same time.
That's fine.
So this is how it works. So you have your event, and this is the sequence of when things happen, and then we can put weeks to them based on what week of the month your event
Right,
is.
right.
So your event is when it is, and then before the event, you have your referral team meeting. This needs to happen 1 to 2 weeks before the event.
Okay.
The reason why is, so some people will have their event, and then I hear them saying, oh, and we have our referral team meeting next week. Doesn't make any sense for a couple reasons. Number one, during your referral team meeting, you'll be creating strategic and recommendation introductions during that meeting. And where do you want to get those strategic and recommendations?
To the event.
To the event, right. And so if it's a month away, like that's cool, but people forget and they don't send the stuff. And then also all of our strategic introductions that we're using for our, what we used to call the 411 report, or our invites, our VIP invites to the event, they're due to the folks upstairs.
Right, so you can send out the invitations.
A week before the event.
Right, right.
Right? So it's perfect if it's a week to 2 weeks. Ours is exactly a week and a half before our event.
Okay.
Okay, so there's the referral team meeting and why it's there. Event, referral team meeting. I feel like I just forgot something.
Don't worry about it.
It'll come out eventually.
Recruiting?
No. Referral team meeting. Oh, socials. I typically will have this 2 to 3 weeks before our event.
So basically the week before the referral team meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some kind of non-referral generating activity. I completely make it open.
Okay.
So people can come or they cannot come, totally up to
Okay.
them, not mandatory. But I always sell it, so I'm selling them whatever the next event we have is for our own referral team. And it's always, you'll get more referrals and more quality referrals and more trust from the people that you spend time with and build relationships
Sure.
with. So in terms of that piece of going to hitting a home run on the first date, hitting a home run on the first date, using the referral generation system, the referral team piece is kind of hardcore when you're just using like an open calendar system or a lock-in system during the meeting itself. Right. And this is kind of like the other extreme where there is nothing. So people really have the balance. Right. And they can grow their trusting relationships while still giving each other high quality relationships consistently. And then the other thing I have in there are our superpower team meetings. And then I usually have these 3 to 4 weeks before an event. This is when you have a referral team that's 15 to 25 people large, and then you'll start seeing our little clusters of niches. So yours is the same as mine, so you'll probably see this happening. You'll have like a technology cluster, right? Maybe a marketing cluster, and maybe an insurance cluster, right? I have the ADP guy, the health insurance lady, the disability insurance lady, and I used to have a 401k lady. So they'd all get together for like a superpower team meeting.
Okay, now is that all in the same venue, or do they just get together themselves away from the larger body?
Away from the larger body.
Okay, so they have their own meeting?
Yeah. Okay. Yep. And it's set up very similar to a referral team meeting. They have a system that they're using to generate more and deeper referrals from each other. Sure. So that's basically the calendar. So what week of the month is your event?
Second Tuesday.
Second week.
Yeah.
So every month on the first week of the month, that's when your referral team meeting is going to be, depending on what day you decide to pick. This is Tuesday, so I'd probably have this meeting on Monday or Tuesday. Okay. That'll give you enough time for people to send in their strategic introductions and for you to get it to upstairs so they can send the VIP introductions.
Then it actually probably ought to be no later than the Monday, because it's got to be in at least a week ahead of time, right?
Yeah. And then on the 4th week of the month is your social event. So last week of the month, social event. And, you know, you can do that however you want to. There's really no rules for that except kind of when it is.
Sure.
And then superpower teams, it's helpful to have that on the 3rd week of the month, because people have the referral team, they've had the event, they've had some time to send out some of these referrals. This is really a time where some people are getting out to clients directly and maybe inviting clients to this. They may be doing some of their introductions during this 3rd week, and that also gets them prepared to be able to come to this referral team meeting with some business.
Sure.
In this meeting, if that Monday doesn't work, then push it into the 4th week. Meaning if everybody's like, no, dude, we can never do Monday, then Friday or Thursday before in the 4th week.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I'm just taking what you're saying, sort of crunching it with the things that we've talked about, so.
So what do you think about that schedule and how it fits with what you guys are doing?
I think it's got potential down the road. I think right now it may or may not. Well, the superpower team obviously doesn't fit. The way we've got it set up now, we're meeting every Wednesday morning except the week of the Avon event, which is the first Wednesday.
Okay.
So we've got, so if you want to go from our event, we have our event on the second Tuesday. We have a meeting right the next morning on the second Wednesday, or the next Wednesday, whenever that is, and then every Wednesday after that.
Okay. So you're meeting every week, right?
Yeah, we're meeting every week right now, but this is strictly for the reloading phase. We've said very clearly we're not going to go every week indefinitely like this, but for the time being, we're going to meet weekly. We're using it like a power circle to bring. It's a fishing pool to bring people to. Yeah. In preparation, that's where we kind of do the personal screening, using the event as the fishing pool, invite them to the fishing pool, get them there, meet them, and then invite them the next day to come to breakfast, and then we can, grill them or fry them or whatever we're going to do with them the next morning.
Saute them, broil them.
Yeah, exactly. But ultimately, it is a weekly schedule. But once the board is established, we'll probably go to something a little more similar to that. I don't know that we would have a whole meeting dedicated for referrals, and a whole one for events, and then another one for the superpower team referrals. But there's a lot of potential for that. It really depends on the ultimate.
Another meeting for events? What do you mean?
No, you've got a referral team meeting, and then you have a superpower team meeting, which is also a referral meeting. It's just part of the team rather than the whole team.
Right.
So you've got 2 specific referral meetings and nothing else in the course of the month. And I'm not sure that ours will ultimately break down that way, but I see some very good utility in that. It really depends on what the ultimate composition, I think, of the group is, if there's enough power teams or not.
Until you get to 20 members, you won't need a superpower team meeting.
That's what I'm figuring.
Superpower team meeting really came into play because we had a lot of members that weren't connecting because our referral team was so big, because we had like 25 people on there, and they're like, I don't know the people I should be getting referrals from. So we broke it down a little bit smaller.
Sure.
But the musts are the social event, the referral team meeting, one a month once you get past the power team stage, and then your actual event. I'm just fishing here.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, and that's stuff we've talked about doing. So I mean, it's pretty compatible with what. It's just more confirmation, I think, than anything at the moment. And then we got referral team.